to everybody. Welcome to another edition of Libertas. This is Tonino Habana, your host for tonight. Our guest tonight is actually a very interesting person. He's a soldier, a teacher, a singer, an athlete, a broadcaster, and many more. Let's welcome Lieutenant Diosdado de la Fuente. Good evening, Dax.
Good evening, sir.
They call you Dax, right?
Yes, sir. That's for
Singer.
sure.
Unahin natin yung singer. That's very, very interesting for a soldier. How did you get into singing, and what contests have you won?
Well, when I was still a kid, I used to hum and then later on sing. And then I was a shy type of person that time, so I did not pursue my singing until such time that I get into the service. And there was this contest. It's called the Air Force City Singing Soldier. I joined several times until such time that in 2004, I won as the champion.
So you were the Air Force singer. You won the singing contest in the Air Force.
Yes, sir. That's
and then
right,
I
sir.
understand you also won a singing contest in one of the public malls.
Yes, sir. That was in Pampanga in 2011. It's called the SM City Singing Soldier, Search for
Okay.
Singing Soldier, wherein I was the second placer.
And I also understand that you also came out in some noontime shows also.
Well, during my teaching years, I used to have this radio program. It's called the Women's World, wherein I invited resource speakers to give them tips on how to land a good job, personality development, cooking tips, health tips, and other things under the heat of the sun, except for, of course, for religion and politics.
Will you give us a sample of your singing voice, sir?
Sure, no problem, sir. But anyway, before I do that, I'd like to dedicate this song to my commander,
Yes,
ever
of course,
energetic
importante yun. Won't you
general.
dedicate it to your wife as well?
Yeah, of course. Of
Baka
course.
nanonood siya ngayon.
Yes, of course. Actually, I told her to watch.
Okay.
Okay, she's in Legazpi right
Yeah,
now.
this is shown in Legazpi. We have a GNN channel in Legazpi. So
Well, sir. All right, sir.
go ahead.
All right. You give me hope, the strength, the will to keep on. You're on my side when no one seems to listen. And if you go, and that's it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Talagang may boses si
Thanks
si
so much, sir.
Lieutenant Dax de la Fuente. So I think you've proven your pagkasinger.
Oh, well, sir, thank you so much.
Pag-usapan naman natin yung athlete. How did you become an athlete? What were you playing, and what sports were you in?
Well, sir, back in college, I used to be the school varsity, wherein we compete for Prizaa and Squaa.
What sport po?
Volleyball.
Ah, okay.
And then
so
I
you were
also,
a school
also
volleyball player.
play badminton.
Okay.
And then when I get into the service, I was enlisted because I was an athlete under Circle 13 for special service. But then I didn't stay there for a very long time until I stayed there for only a year. Then I played volleyball with other branch of service.
So you were playing volleyball for the Air Force?
Yes, for the Air Force, sir.
Yeah, kasi now volleyball is such a popular sport that we have teams from Army, Air Force
Yes, sir.
joining the commercial leagues.
Yes,
diba?
sir.
Hindi mo naabutan
No,
yun
I wasn't able to give I wasn't given the chance to
to reach that part.
reach that part.
But you were playing already for the Air Force.
Yes,
so,
sir.
ang
Yes, sir.
difference
As
lang is
support.
today kasi volleyball is more popular
Commercialized,
and then commercial
Yeah,
and
it
and
has commercial
it's,
values actually, yes.
But you were playing for the Air Force.
Yes, sir. Before, back in 1997 to 1998.
Lieutenant De La Fuente, you have a very interesting story
Yes, sir.
because you came from a poor family.
Yes, sir.
Tapos sinabi mo you were a janitor,
Yes, sir. I used to be a janitor. I used to be a dishwasher.
dishwasher, and
Yes,
then you had to get a scholarship in order to finish college.
Yes, sir. Luckily, because of the grace of God, I was given the chance to work and study at the same time. And the scholarship program was given to me.
And this was in what school? Saan kayo nakakuha ng scholarship?
And it's in Ago Medical in Educational Center, Bicol Christian College of Medicine in Legazpi.
Legazpi. And,
Yes, sir.
and you also were a cook for a family?
Yes, sir. I used to be a cook. While studying in college, I applied for a cook for an Australian couple. So I go there before noontime and before dinner time.
Ano ba specialty ninyong lutuin, sir?
Well, I used to cook French and Italian cuisine.
French and Italian cuisine?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's amazing. So
Yes,
how
sir.
did you learn your French and Italian cuisine?
Yes, because my course is HRM, Bachelor of Science
Ah,
in Hotel
okay.
and Restaurant Management. We have this
Okay.
international cuisine.
Okay.
So that's where I got the idea.
So you studied HRM, you got a scholarship, you became a janitor, you became a cook for a family, many other odd jobs in order to finish college. So after college, what did you do?
Well, after finishing college, I was given the chance to teach
Mhm.
to the school where I came from. That was in 1994 till 1997.
So how long?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes, sir.
So you taught for 3 years, and then why did you decide to enlist in the AFP?
Well, it is my childhood dream
Okay.
because some of my family members are all in the service. Some are in the PNP. So it's my childhood dream really because while I'm seeing them
So why
in
didn't you just
uniform.
apply sa PMA directly, di ba? Bakit gano'n pa kayo?
Well, I wasn't given the chance to apply, and at the same time, parang it's like I don't have the courage applying for PMA. So what I did was, because I was a graduate of ROTC then, so I availed the, the program, direct enlistment,
Okay.
okay, for those who wanted to be in the service as enlisted.
So you were an ROTC advance officer
Yes, sir.
in college?
Yes, sir. In fact, I was the former corps commander,
commander of your
the
school.
ROTC. Yes,
And
sir.
then you nagturo kayo ng 3 years,
Yes, sir.
and then after that, you took your master's degree.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
nakapag-master's degree pa kayo in public administration?
Yes, sir. While teaching in
While
college. sir.
teaching in
Yes, sir.
college.
You have to make use of the time.
So, okay, nag-graduate kayo, advanced ROTC kayo, nag-master's degree kayo, but you enlisted as an enlisted personnel.
Yeah.
Hindi kayo pumasok as an officer.
Well, sir, I would say that I wasn't able I was not given the chance to apply because of some other requirements that I wasn't able to satisfy. One is the age requirements. I was already old that time, so I was not given the chance to secure age waiver for that matter. So that's I wasn't able to be called to active duty as officer.
Okay, so that's the reason. But imagine, by the way, please text your questions. Huwag kayong tatawag kasi we cannot accept calls. Just text your questions and tell us where you're texting from. Baka may mga tanong kayo kay Lieutenant de la Fuente. Okay, so you were a highly educated private. Yun ang ano, di ba? You enlist, what's the lowest rank that you enter?
Well, in the Air Force, we have airmen.
That's the lowest.
Yes, that's the
Oh.
lowest.
So pumasok kayo as airman.
Airmen.
It didn't bother you that you had a master's degree, nagtuturo na kayo?
No,
You
not at
entered.
all. Not at all. Because my intention really is to be of service through being a soldier.
Okay. Did you become a sergeant after a few years?
Well, we had this timing grade, so you have to reach that far. You have to observe this timing grade, wherein it would take years before you finally promoted to the next higher rank. But there are also requirements that you have to surpass and you have to satisfy. One is you've got to have your own skills, and then you have to take examinations. Of course, then you have to prepare yourself for physical examinations as well.
Okay.
So that's it.
So, describe your life as a enlisted personnel. What did your wife say? You were married at that time?
Yes, sir. Right after being enlisted in the active service, I married my wife now.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of different thing because I would say it's not that abnormal, but it's different because I am living in Manila, where my wife and my kid is living in Legazpi. So we're not on the same ground. So time comes that when my wife is not feeling well or she's sick, it's kind of dilemma on my part because I cannot go there. Otherwise, I would lose my job. So I have to prioritize my service.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So you're highly educated. You enlist as a private, and then you get married. Tapos that's where you continued your career.
Yes, sir.
So at this point in time, did the AFP or the Air Force realize that you were highly educated? Did they say, uy, itong private natin, kakaiba compared to the other privates.
Yes, actually, sir, yes. They recognize my skills and capabilities. That's why they had given me jobs that is suited for me. One is I was assigned with the Public Information Office and Civil Military Operations because they said that I can mingle and I can communicate with the common populace.
Certainly, you can definitely communicate
Yes, sir.
compared to the other
Yes,
privates,
sir.
I would say.
And then I am as usual, always the MC for the events, every events of the command.
Okay, Lieutenant De La Fuente, since you're a guest in our show, we will be giving you a gift certificate to Sage Leaf Hotel in Camp Kanawan.
Wow.
So for your family. And before we go for the break, I'd like to show you the video of Camp Kanawan and the different hotels that are available there. Please show the video, ma'am. Welcome back to Libertas. This is Tonino Habana, your host for tonight, and our special guest, Lieutenant Diosdado de la Fuente. Dax de la Fuente has a very interesting story. He came from a poor family, he educated himself, reached master's degree, was teaching in the university, took HRM and public administration, and then he decides to enlist in the AFP in active duty as a private.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, how long did it take for you to become from a private to become a non-commissioned officer or a sergeant?
Sir, it took me about 10 years, actually.
10 years?
Yes, sir.
So that's the normal way?
Yes, sir. That's the normal timing grade.
Oo.
So before I reach as staff sergeant, which is considered to be the non-commissioned officer rank, it took 10 years, almost 10 years.
So the AFP realized that, oh, we have this private that's highly educated, so we must use him where his skills are,
Yes,
can be
sir.
used. And,
Yes, sir.
and then they used you as a public information officer and also for the CMO.
Yes, sir. And aside from that, sir, I was given the chance to teach in ROTC
Okay.
as the tactical NCO then.
Okay.
And then during summertime, we have the summer camp for the AS-43 P2LT. I am using my my rank as second lieutenant as the tactical officer. So we're teaching this young-blooded individuals
Wait,
who do want to become.
let's explain that. So, in the active service, you are an NCO
Yes, sir.
or a enlisted personnel.
Yes, sir.
So, bali, ano yun, sergeant. But what you did was you applied for commission as a reserve officer.
Yes, sir.
And then that's where they recognize your education and your training and naging lieutenant kayo doon.
Yes, sir. Because sir, I was a graduate of advanced ROTC. And then later on, took AS-43, which is now P2LT, Provisional Second Lieutenant Training, now called POTC,
Okay.
Provisional Officer Training Corps. So I surpassed the training and then satisfied the necessary requirements and applied for commissionship.
So what schools were you the NCO in? Ano mga schools yung ginawa ka ninyo as NCO?
Well, in Naga City, I had the chance working with the Ateneo de Naga.
Okay. How long was that?
About 3 years,
Okay.
from 2000 to 2003. Then Colegio de Santa Isabel, now Universidad de Santa Isabel, Naga College Foundation, And then in Pampanga, I used to be the assistant commandant in Angeles University Foundation and St. Michael's College in Guagua, Pampanga.
Okay. Mag-text lang po kayo. Mag-text lang kayo kasi we cannot answer the questions, the phone. So, may text dito from 544, pakisabi kay sir kung mahirap bang ang exam sa PMA. I think you wouldn't know that, no?
Yes.
Good evening, Sir De La Fuente. I would like to ask if what is your source of strength despite your struggles?
Well, first and foremost is you have to cling unto God. Believe that everything is possible with God. So I believe that in the saying that trust in the Lord with all your hearts and lean not into your understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge Him and He will direct your path. That's the source of my energy. And of course, my family who supported me all the way. And we're now 21 years married, getting stronger, getting better. So we have Jesus Christ in the midst of us that gives us protection and keep us strong.
Okay, I have another question here from another texter, Lieutenant De La Fuente. Paano po pumasok sa AFP? I'm a graduate of psychology, and then another, same texter. I really admire your story, sir. Me also, it's my childhood dream to be part of the service. I'm a fresh graduate. Where do I enroll and how?
Well, the process of enlistment is being announced, especially when they have quota for the year. So it was announced, and locally they have this examinations where it is being also announced through Trimedia and through friends. You just have to check it out. And then if you are a psychologist graduate, then might as well apply for medical administrative corps. That's in Camp Aguinaldo. So that's the direct commission. Okay. So that you could become an officer. But if you're aiming for enlisted personnel, check the Philippine Air Force offices and the Army, of course, where they could give you details on enlistment, and of course for OCS, Officer Candidate School.
Okay, I'll read this one. This is a negative text, but I'll read it anyway.
Yeah.
Liar, policemen are such dirty scumbag. They are the true terror of this country. First of all, si Lieutenant De La Fuente, hindi po siya police.
Well, giving the benefit of the doubt, not all people are like that.
Kayo, tignan niyo muna kung sino yung
Not
in-interview
all
natin.
people are like that, no. And it's quite unfair that you vehemently lambasted the image of uniformed personnel. But giving the chance, we are all people. We're all only human beings. But then not all are, like what I have said, not all are the same.
Oo.
Okay.
So it's not good to generalize.
Yes,
di
it's
ba?
not good really to generalize. No.
And what's your impression of the police, sir?
Well, most of them are doing their job, no. And my family members are all policemen. So I don't say anything. I can't say anything bad against because we are brothers. They are all comrades in arms.
So there's another texter, Dios Maya Nabangi. Saludo ako sa iyo, Sir De La
Diyos
Fuente.
marahing nabangi.
Oo,
Here in Sinbico.
uragon ka talaga. Pag-greet naman po ng PMA Masilagan Class 2021. Si VGP po ito from Virac, Catanduanes.
Diyos marahing nabangi man po sa Indogabos. And what's the PMA class po?
2021, so hindi pa nag-graduate.
Ayan. So, good luck po sa inyo. Tapos, sana po magtapos po kamo and aim higher, go for your career. Reach out for the star.
Sir, so the AFP recognized your education and they also made you a teacher.
Yes, sir.
What courses do you teach in the AFP and in the reserve force?
Well, sir, with the programs I am handling with the Guam Army National Guard, we're teaching professional development course wherein we teach officers and enlisted personnel who wanted to teach effectively. So we give them strategic styles on how to teach effectively, And also, we also teach medical first responder course.
Okay.
This is a TC3 course. It's a tactical casualty, combat casualty care.
So basically, it's support. It's support for the AFP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yung combat casualty
Care.
specialization ninyo is something that's really needed
Yes, sir.
for
In the com-
soldiers
yes, sir.
in
In the
combat
combat.
because most of the time they go without doctors and
Yes, sir.
nurses.
Yes,
diba?
sir. So these are intervention we usually do. Teach them how to meddle with this problem.
So okay, maybe just a few tips, you know. If you're wounded by you're shot by you're shot,
Yes, sir.
then you're wounded. Ano dapat gawin ng responder?
Well, first and foremost, kailangan hindi siya nawawala sa urirat niya. Kailangan buo pa rin yung isip niya. And then the responder should basically do his part. No? Kapag gunshot wound siya dito sa braso, nakita niya kung nasaan, immediately have to use a tourniquet para maiwasan, ma-impede po yung pag-flow ng blood. Kasi kapag nagkaroon siya ng profuse bleeding, pwede niya ikamatay yun.
Okay. And then there's one here. What is the worst experience that you ever had as a soldier?
Particularly what? In combat or?
Combat or basta yung sinabi lang dito what worst experience?
Well, when I was given the chance to be with the PNP personnel at the heights of the bombing, right? I had this encounter with matitigas na ulong taxi drivers. And one day, merong isang buntis po who comes my way and complained. Sabi niya, "Sir, minura po ako ng taxi driver." At tapos gusto pa niya po akong sagasaan. Consider the fact that she was pregnant at that time. So, nagpatingin-tingin ako kasi syempre buntis po yung babae. So, my concern there is ayusin yung problema and i-correct yung ill manners ng taxi driver. So yun, madaling salita, tinanong ko siya, kinonfront ko siya, and then hindi siya nagpaawat. So I accorded him and brought him to the nearest police precinct.
Okay. May mga nagte-text po dito, how did you become a teacher? I think you already explained it. Nag-aral kayo.
Yes,
Nag-aral
sir.
kayo ng college and then kumuha kayo ng master's degree kaya kayo naging teacher.
Yes, sir.
And then how did you gain your training dun sa pagtuturo sa AFP? I think you went through all the other
Yes, sir.
courses.
Opo.
Tapos
Yes, sir.
may isa nag-text dito, ang gwapo naman ng pulis na kasama nyo. Hindi po pulis si Lieutenant de la Fuente.
Thank you so much for the compliment.
Another question is, batiin nyo daw yung mga taga-Iriga.
Diyos maray na bangi po sa mga taga-Iriga.
Meron bang job fair para sa AFP? That's the question.
Well, it is
Meron
not
ba?
considered. Wala naman po. Kasi kaya gaya po na nasabi ko, ina-announce naman po yan through tri-media kung meron pong enlistment po na through print ads po, may through Facebook din po. Pinapakita po doon kung kailan sila mag-exam, saan sila mag-exam. Okay, and what are those requirements needed for them to be eligible applicant for enlistment.
Sir,
And yes.
bibigay ko sa inyo itong gift certificate na it's actually from the Vine Holistic Medical Aesthetics. And it's 2,500 pesos worth of gift certificate
Wow.
for non-surgical lipocavitation. Pampapayat daw yan. So,
Well, thank you so much, sir.
and then
Thank you.
before we go for the break, sir, I would like to ask you a question. And then you can answer it after you come back. It's actually a question that was asked by one of our texters. Are you willing to sacrifice your life for the country?
Yes, of course. Of course,
Sagutin nyo after the
precisely.
break. So this is Tonino Habana. We'll go into that after the break. Welcome back to Libertas. This is Tonino Habana with our special guest, Dax de la Fuente.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Dax de la Fuente. And before the break, there was a texter that asked you, are you willing to sacrifice your life for the country? Pero dinagdagan niya dun sa text niya, are you also willing to sacrifice your family for the country? Medyo mabigat yung pangalawang question.
Well, medyo may pagka-morbid yung last part, no? But then, of course, as a military man, I am very much willing to lose my life for the sake of the country. That's first and foremost, that is being patriotic. Now, we are all trained to become nationalistic and patriotic. And part of being patriotic is to be of service to people and offer yourself with open arms to others for the good of other people. So this is just my life. But what good things it would give to other people, even if I lose life, my own life, would matter.
I think dapat tanungin din yung nag-text, are you also willing to sacrifice your family for the country? Kasi if you ask the question, you should be able to ask the same
Yes, of
question to the
course.
same person. Pakibati naman ng mga taga-Tagum. Maayong gabi sa
Ay,
inyong
sir,
tanan.
maayong gabi sa kanimutanan.
And then, how do you manage your time? Yung nagtanong.
Well, of course, you have to be wise enough, because if you don't manage your time properly, it will just give you stress. So you make sure that there is time for everything. Okay, so you have to prioritize, which has to be prioritized. And of course, yung hindi naman masyadong importante, just leave it right there.
Good evening, Sir De La Fuente. Gabay ka sa lahat ng mga sundalo sa mabubuti mong ginawa sa ating bayan. God bless you from Cotabato.
Thanks so much, sir.
Tulunan, Cotabato. So, may mga nanonood to from Taga saan po ba yung kasama mo? May mga heart pa. Taga saan ka daw?
Well, I was born in Ligao, Albay. Okay, it's in Ligao City now.
And then batiin mo rin daw yung taga Nabua. Saan ba yung Nabua?
Sa Nabua, that's in Camarines Sur.
Okay. So batiin mo ulit.
Yeah. Alright, Diyos marinabang ipo sa Indugo, boss. I just can't speak Rinconada, but the dialect they use there is Rinconada.
Such an inspiring story. Ang dami mga questions. Such a brave soldier. Sabi nila, gusto ko pumasok ang anak ko sa PNPA. Paano ang proseso, Mrs. Flores of Negros Oriental? PNPA, baka may alam ko.
Actually, sir, may mga mobilization areas po sila kung saan where they could check, no? Para doon na rin po sila magtanong. Locally po may mga locate po na mobilization centers po.
What's your worst experience sa combat?
Hindi ako, we are, like what I have said, we're just support.
Okay.
Support for the, kasi there are only specific personnel. Parang ito yung combatant command ng Air Force. So hindi pa po ako na-assign doon. Support po.
For every one combat soldier, you have 10 support soldiers that's supporting
Yes, that's right.
him.
Opo. Yes, sir.
So hindi lahat ng sundalo, porket sundalo, have combat duty.
Yes po.
A few weeks ago, na-interview ko dito yung dalawang sarhento. Yun talagang galing sa combat duty yun.
Yes,
sa
po.
Holo, sa Basilan,
Yes, sir.
and some other places. So, it's a misconception that a soldier, if you're a soldier, automatically may combat duty ka.
Yes, sir. Oo.
May mga soldiers na hindi, kahit gusto man nila, hindi sila nailalagay sa front
Yes,
lines.
sir.
Tama
Yes,
po
sir.
ba?
Yes, sir. Kasi sir, ang mostly kasi ng mga assignment ko is more on training. So basically, nasa training side po ako.
What is your perspective about President Duterte letting China do research in Benham rice?
Well, it's a very tough question. Mind if I will say this, not comment on that issue? It's
Okay.
a very sensitive
Okay.
issue.
Are you a born-again Christian or are you, tinatanong lang?
Yes, sir. I am a Christian, sir.
Anong opinion ninyo tungkol sa campaign ng gobyerno sa droga? Ito text nila.
Well, that's a very tough job. Tama lang po yan kasi para at least maiwas po natin yung mga kabataan na ma-indulge into drugs, and at the same time maging safe po yung safe and peaceful yung ating pamayanan.
So may nagpapabate, taga Sipalay, Negros Occidental, Salvador Torres and Cresilda, my mom from Sipalay. Ano nagte-text dito? Ang dami nanonood from all over the place. Idol ka namin, mga taga South Cotabato, idol ka po namin.
Thank you po.
Kailan ang exam ng AFP sa lahat ng graduate ng high school? Meron bang exam ng AFP?
Wala kasi pagkakatanda ko po kasi nung mag-apply ako, you must have at least 72 units in college.
Ganun ba yun?
Opo, opo.
So before you apply as an enlisted personnel, kailangan may 72
Yes.
So, not necessarily, hindi ka pala pwede mag-apply as high school.
Yes, sir.
Pero yung sarhento na in-interview ko dito, nung time ni President Marcos, nakakapag-apply ka pa.
Opo, sir.
Pero ngayon pala
Pero
gano'n.
ngayon, sir, kasi we're trying to call this one, uplift the standards ng ating kasundaluhan, and we're professionalizing the training for the...
You sound so witty, educated, and refined. How old are you, sir? Pwede ba natin i-disclose yan?
Well, I am 44 years old, sir.
Kailan daw yung exam sa PMA?
So, I don't have any idea, sir, but they can check the website of PMA, sir.
Were you in the Marawi siege? Alam natin, hindi kayo na-assign sa
yes, sir.
Marawi.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm sure you did support work for
Yes,
the
sir,
Marawi.
of course, yeah. We're round the clock monitoring the occurrence back in Marawi, sir.
Batiin daw yung mga taga-Panabo, Davao.
Well, maayong gabi po kanimutanan.
Greet naman si Claire Vifer, Angel, Micah, at Angel Claire ng Virac, Catanduanes. Puro mga kababayan mo yata ito mga
Sir,
nanonood.
actually may kamag-anak po ako dyan sa Virac, Catanduanes. Family name nila is mga Multo.
Pwede ba magtanong kung single ba si Lieutenant?
I am very much married.
Ay, nako. Siguro, napakinggan nila yung kanta mo kanina. Kaya siguro sabi nila,
Champion po yun, sir.
kumakanta po ba kayo? You still sing,
Yes, sir. Kapag na-invite po ako, sir. Actually, sir, di mo niyo po yung tatanong. Kapag na-invite po ako, sir, to be the wedding MC, kasama po sa package yun yung kumakanta.
Kumakanta ka sa wedding?
Opo.
Ano yung sideline?
Not exactly sideline.
Ano bang favorite na wedding song na nire-request sila pag ano? Anong favorite wedding song?
Ikaw?
Paano ba yun? How do you sing it?
Ikaw ang bigay ng may kapal, tugon sa aking dasal.
Wow. So yun ang laging kinakanta sa kasal?
Yes, sir, mostly.
And then naiiyak na lahat ng mga tao pag kinakanta yun?
Well, some.
Some? Yung
And
mga
some did
nasawi?
enjoy. I just don't know, sir.
Okay, it's been a very interesting few minutes with Dax, with Lieutenant de la Fuente, sharing his life, his passion, his love, his career, and his dreams and aspirations for this country. And I'd like to give this opportunity for you, sir, to address the audience and your fans. Kung may mga fans ka na out there, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, I'd like to encourage everyone, no? Even if you're not a soldier, you can do your part. No? Back in APRSCOM, we have this advocacy that we're doing, with the initiative of our very own Brigadier General Buwan to protect Mother Earth. So we have to be more accountable of what we're doing, of our actuations, of our ways. So to meet ecological balance, we have to observe and, at all times, Republic Act 9003, which is the Solid Waste Management Program. I could still remember yung sinabi po ni Miss Earth that climate change is not a problem, it's us. It is our responsibility then to protect Mother Earth. Para po di tayo magkaroon ng ganong klaseng problema, we have to be responsible what we're doing. And then, of course, we have to protect our natural resources, our wildlife.
Pwede pa bang makaawit si sir? Hihinayang from Staff Sergeant Pastolero ng 39th IB Mindanao. Kilala ka siguro nito kasi 39th IB from Mindanao. Staff Sergeant Pastolero.
Okay.
Isa pa daw awit kung pwede, bago tayo mag-ending.
Okay.
Ito pa, may isa pang nagre-request also from Ipil, Zamboanga. Isa pa daw awit.
Alright,
Saka from North Cotabato.
Pagbigyan po natin. Love will play these games with me so long. I started to believe I'd never find anyone that I've tried.
Okay, thank you so much.
One in a million. Actually, I am overwhelmed, sir. So that's why I just can't say the lyrics.
Hindi, okay yan.
Because of the
Alam nyo,
feelings,
nagiging emotional si Lieutenant, well actually, ano bang, Master Sergeant bang actual rank mo?
Staff Sergeant, sir.
Staff Sergeant
in my
de la
active
Fuente.
service.
Kasi
Yes, sir.
bihira din naman na interview ang enlisted personnel dito sa sa media. And
Yes, sir.
for us here, our advocacy is to show the human face of the soldier.
That's why, sir, I considered my job as a peculiar one because while I am performing my job as an enlisted personnel, I am also performing my job as a reserve officer. So I am rolled into one.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching us here on Libertas, and I hope you enjoyed our interview with
Definitely, sir. It's my
Dr.
pleasure to have.
Fuente. It's an honor to have you, sir.
Yes,
I've
sir.
had generals, I've had cabinet secretaries, but it's the first time that I had someone who would sing on the show.
Wow.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. This is Tonino Habana signing off. This is Libertas. Thank you so much for watching.